スライドドラゴニックオーバーロードジ・エンド
What's up YouTube? Team Revolution coming at you with the deck profile for Draconic Overlords. Let's get right into it. So my starter is Legend Soldier Conroe. If you guys don't know what he does, you guys should all know. Is Counterblast 1, you retire it, search your deck for a grade 1 or less, add it to hand, and then that's basically just it. Forerunner ability. Really good. Really glad he's back. Makes the deck really good. So jumping into my threes, I run 2 Draconic Overlord, the X. SP so beautiful. I need one more. Anyways, if you don't know what it does, it's Legion. It legions into Draconic Overlord, the N. When it attacks, if it doesn't hit, you counterblast 1, you Persona Blast himself, and then you choose 2 rear guards on your opponent's side and you retire them. And then, that's, basically it. Going in, run 4 Draconic Overlords the N. Gonna get these full art. Can't wait until I get them. If you don't know what he does, it's basically if you have Draconic Overlord into the soul, it gets plus 2k, so 13k attacker. Counterblast 2, when it hits, it doesn't matter if it's Vanguard, Rear Guard, or Persona Blast himself. He restands, doesn't lose any drive checks, so he always stays at 2. Then the last 2 is been really debating about it. I don't know if I want to keep it in. Find out the next set when the Destiny comes out. But I run 2 Draconic Overlord the Legend. Mostly what I use him for is when you play him onto the Vanguard circle, you counterblast 1. You look at the top 5, I believe. Top 5. And you add a Flame Dragon to them. As you can tell, I don't really write into them. I use them mostly for strat fodder, because I go into the end, pressure, really good early game if you go first. So those are my 3s. And then going into my 2s, I run 4 Draconic Burnout, stable. Soul Blast 1, when it's placed into the rear guard circle, you get 1 card that has Draconic Overlord in the name. And you put it from your drop zone to the bottom of the deck, and then you retire 1 rear guard on your opponent's side of the field. And then I run 4 Nahalims. Nahalims are Generation Break 1. When it attacks, if I have a Vanguard with Overlord in the name, it gets plus 2k. And then also gets the ability, whenever my Vanguard is a grade 4 and it restands, or when it attacks, it gets 5k. So if it attacks twice, it gains 10k. If it attacks more than that, it gains additional 5k for each attack. And then, because I love to rush in this deck, Burning Horn Dragon, if you guys don't know what it is, it's a really old card. If I have a Vanguard with Draconic Overlord in the name, it gets plus 3k. So, 12k attackers. And it's not GB restricted, so it's really good. And it's plus, it's hitting numbers, especially when you boost. So those are my grade 2 lineup. My grade 1 lineup is I run 2 strat fodders. Only because when I'm in Legion, I could put these back in. So it's, not really like a really problem for me. I ran 3. It was too cloggy for me. 2 is just perfect for me. That's pretty much it for it. The other effect is if I have Draconic Blade Master, I search it out when I play in the rear guard circle. Don't use that. I don't run it. Then I run 3 Legend Soldiers Balog. His effects Generation Break 1. When you put him into the Guardian circle, I choose a rested rear guard unit on my opponent's side of the field and I retire it. And then it only works if the attack did not hit my Vanguard. It gains that ability. So you guys gotta watch out for that. Then I run Perfect Guards, 4 of them, Protect Orb Dragons, basic. If I have one in the drop zone, and when I use it, it gets the countercharge 1, basically it. I was so happy that I picked these up when the hype was not even announced yet for the new Draconic Overlords. So I got them really cheap. And then, for the last of it, I run 4 Legend Soldier Conroe. I've seen some deck profiles where they run 3, 2... That's pretty much it. And I like running 4 because I love to give my Overlord, well, the N, the ability when it attacks countercharge too. So I'm always hitting, and it's basically a free cost. So really good. Love that we got that. Now to my trigger lineup. I run 6 crit. Yeah, it's all messy, but you know. Run 6 crit. I used to run more than that just because I love adding more pressure. But since I noticed with the whole meta as of right now, hand size is a key factor. And I really need hand size in this deck. But I might switch it up when the Destiny and, you know, the Purge comes out. So that's still a thing as of right now. But I love how my trigger lineup is right now. Then I run 2 draw triggers for Steel Dragons. I don't know how to say his last name. This one I just put into the soul. Give anything on my side of the field plus 3k until the end of the turn. Basically it. Add more soul. Then also run 4 Gatling Claw Dragon. Love Gatling Claw. Early turn I can use it. Counterblast 1. I snipe out a 0 on my opponent's side of the field. You know, get rid of their starter. Best thing you can do in this game.
As right card, now. I'm just saying.
Yeah, a lot of people hate it. Then I run 4 positive Draco Kid. And basically what he does is when I use it for G Guardian, I can Soul Blast 1, unflip a card, or unflip a damage if all of them, if I have 1 or less face up. So basically, have none face up, I Soul Blast 1, flip up, you know. And also, if you guys didn't know, my trigger lineups are all Flame Dragon just because of my G-Zone. And I'll show you the reason why. Let's go into my G-Zone. I wish I had, you know, beauty. But, alright, so we'll do G-Guards last. Alright, so starting off with it,
Hey, show the back of the sleeves again. Didn't get a good look at it.
So, you know, Ren, baby Ren. I really want, like, Chibi Ren or Chibi Kai sleeves just for, you know, the Purge. This would be so beautiful. It's a little baby.
Chibi Kai would be totally better since it was his deck.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so my G-Zone. I want can't even talk right. One air elemental or element sea breeze standard. Basically, your opponent tries to like rush you game or grade 2. They don't go into grade 3. You automatically go into GB1. Only 2 cards I run with GB1, so it's basically like okay, I'm like it like that. But you know, pretty standard. Counterblast 2, ditch a card. Also, guys, remember read your cards. Act ability, you guys can do it any turn or any time during your turn.
Main phase.
You could do it straight in your main phase, not your right phase. Then I run one. I'm not even gonna say the full name, but Vortex Desire. Basically, when it attacks, I flip a card face up for my G zone, and then if the attack hits, then I get to retire 2. Reason why I say 2 because it says in the heart. It's technically on the Vanguard circle, which counts. When you're in Legion, you actually get to retire 3. So, really good. Then I run one, Mufasa. 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 Ooh, we should play the song. Basically, act ability, counterblast 1, choose a card from my G-Zone, flip it face up, so you don't have to really persona flip them. Reason why I say that, I'll get to it right now. You choose a rear guard on your opponent's side of the field, you retire it. Then, if you have another copy of them face up, I countercharge 1. That's the reason why. But I only run 1 because, you know, retiring.
Retiring is a thing.
Yes, and I love it. And I hate this because, you know, I need them all SPs. But I run 4 Zekenbergs, standard. Like, see, I have the 1. I need the 3. Anyways, his effects, you guys, if you don't know, turn 1, Soul Blast 1, flip a copy of him face up, retire 1. Has a Blaze ability. If you guys don't know what that is, look it up. I'm not going to explain it. And then he's a restander. If basically you have 0 rear guards, after it attacks, I get a restand by counterblasting 1. That's it. And it has to be GB3 though. And then I discard equals to the number of rear guards you have. So if you have 0, I discard 0. Which, in this deck, you retire a lot. So, it's good.
Free Kosh retiring.
Yeah, and when it stands, you get 3 draft checks for first attack. Second attack, you only get 1 draft check. So, remember that. And then I also run 2 Draconic Overlord, the Ace. Simple. Counterblast 2. When it attacks the Vanguard, after it attacks, I discard a grade 3 Overlord. Grade 3 Overlord. And then flip a copy of him face up. And then after it attacks, I discard the 3, discard a card with Flame Dragon. Key hence why my whole trigger lineups are, Flame Dragons. Because I can use my triggers to discard it. And then when it restands, it gets plus 5k. But the thing is, it's -1 drive check, so it's always 2 drive checks. So, basically, and it has to attack the Vanguard. Gotta remember that. Because if you attack a rear guard, it doesn't restand. And then I run 2 Titans. This is going to come out soon when the set drops for Ultimate Stride. Counterblast 1, flip a card face up. Doesn't have to be himself. But for every copy of him face up, I get to retire equal to the amount. When this card is in Blaze, it gets +1 critical. And that's GB2, sorry. GB2. Then I run 1 GB8, which is the Burst Dragon. That's all I'm going to call him. I'm not going to say the freaking whole name. But basically when it attacks, retire all rear guards or rear guards on my opponent's side. What I love about it is when you do that, if you do 3 or more, my Vanguard gets plus 10k, plus 1 crit. So if it's 3 or more, it gets that ability. But if it retires nothing, my rear guards still get all 10k power. So it's still really good.
And it doesn't target.
Yeah, it doesn't target.
So resist is not possible.
Exactly. So it's really good. Then for my G Guardians, I will run 1 freaking, what's his name? I don't know. Flare Dragon. It's secret. I can't really read that.
We like shinies over
Shinies.
here.
I'm gonna SP out my whole deck soon, so do it again when I get the Ultimate Stride. Basically, Counterblast 1 when a Vanguard attacks my Vanguard. So you gotta remember that, because when I first started playing it, when I got this G Guard, I'm like, okay, well, rear guard attacks. Nah, has to be Vanguard. So like when I first had it, I was like, oh, okay, read your cards. So when Vanguard attacks your Vanguard, I could put 2 Overlords from my drop zone back to the bottom of my deck. Then Counterblast 1, as the cost, do that. And then all rear guards in the back row gets deleted or retired. And that's pretty much it. It doesn't get a power boost, so, that's the thing. Then, of course, I got these in the mail soon, the secret rares. So, I can't wait until I get those. Basically, when rear guard attacks your Vanguard, or attacks your rear guard, doesn't matter which.
Rear guard attacks Vanguard.
Is it, or? I thought it was just whenever.
It's rear guard.
I know it's rear guard. Oh, okay, yeah. So it can attack your rear guard or your Vanguard, because it says when a rear guard, or when your opponent's rear guard is attacking. So you place it, Counterblast 1, retire it. Only second thing is against blasters when they have that stupid, what was it, Alfred?
Oh, yeah. No, it's Gancelot.
Gancelot face up in your G zone. During their turn, they get resist if it's blaster in the name. Fuck.
So, nope.
Stupid.
And by the way, that's Denial Griffin.
Yeah, freaking Denial Griffin. Love Denial Griffin. Really good.
Total staple in every Kagura deck.
Yeah, I was going to run 3, but I was like, okay, I needed this, which is Dragon Knight. I don't know how to say his last name, but Salam. It's not, I don't know. Anyway, so its effect is when basically any rearguard Vanguard is attacking my Vanguard, Counterblast 1. For every open rearguard circle my opponent has, it gains 10k power, or Guardian Shield, whatever you want to call it. So if they have no field and they're just attacking with Vanguard, that's 40k on top of the 15. So that's, 55. That's like straight no pass. So really good. I was going to run 2, but, Denial Griffins, and especially wiping out board, like their back row, really good. Sets up a lot of plays. A lot of things in my G zone is going to change due to Ultimate Stride coming out soon. Because I am going to tech in the ZRs in it, just because I can. And then, of course, the Purge. Can't wait for the Purge, my baby Purge. My baby Purge. So,
Wow.
it was adorable.
That wasn't weird at all.
So, that's my deck as of right now. Pre Ultimate Stride. I think it was like GBT 13.
So this is GBT 12, I believe.
Yeah, 13, 12. One of the two. I forget the name, but Ultimate Shred, that's what it's called. So once that comes out and I get everything ready, I already have a deck list for it. So when I get all the cards, expect an updated version for it. And pretty much it. It's my Kagero deck for Overlords. Hope you guys like it. Hope you guys leave, comment, like, subscribe. And anything, if you guys are like, oh, I want to change this, leave it in the comments. Because I like to hear feedback. So that's pretty much it. So Team Revolution signing out.